Good morning guys, and once again welcome back to BS2 PCG Deck Forger. Okay, for today we're not going to do any box opening, or we're not going to preview any kind of upcoming expansion, but for this day we're trying to explain and present to you what we have done so far, a little bit of an innovation, maybe to help hobby shops and LGS or local game store in promoting the BS2 PCG game. And this is what we call our demo box. Okay, so actually we made this demo box from this particular Marble Battle set. So we haven't really spent so much on it, except that of course you have to buy the Marble Battles box, and you have to have at least 4 decks to go with it, so I'll show you in a while. So for this particular set of Marble Battles, normally it comes with 4 teams, but we have created several advanced or maybe medium to advanced decks so that it can become very competitive once that new players arrive and got interested into the game. Okay, so let's go about with this. So first I will try to fix my camera. Okay, so actually what we did here is we put some transparent tapes on the side so that it will prevent the box from fading. So we'll try to open it, and of course when you buy the Marble Battles box, it comes with its very own rule book, so that if new players will get to see it, okay, so they will be able to read the basic rules of the game. So the rule book, of course, is the large one. It already comes with inside the box, so we just have to place it there, okay, so that it can provide like a cover once you display it over your counter or on a table. Okay, so normally it already has all the rules inside. Okay, so you just have to have a little bit of explaining to do once to get new players to get interest in it. Okay, so what we did here is, okay, as you can see, we place the decks inside the box, and we arrange the foam so that the 6 foam provided inside the box will fit perfectly well and organize all 4 decks inside the box. So what you're going to do now is you're going to place the cover right upside down, and you're just going to place the box in such a way that it's like angled or tilted, providing a very good display, okay, for the decks. Okay, so see, very innovative. Okay, so for this particular demo box, as we place this at Forge Hobby Place in Las Piñas City, Philippines. So it comes with 4 decks included, and we have Iron Man. Okay, so Iron Man is of course an Avenger, and he starts the game with a 2 for attack and defense, flight and range, and 5 health. His first superpower is Repulsor Blast. Okay, so during the main phase, for 1 blue power symbol, put a -1/-1 counter on an enemy character. So you may push it to its back row. So this particular deck is actually called the Iron Invaders, and it's built around the mechanic of the keyword invasion. Okay, so later on I will try to explain it. Okay, so Armor Mark 3, so his level up requirement is when a character on your side powers up, Iron Man gains an XP. Okay, so that is good for 3 XP, and he already levels up. Okay, so when he becomes level 2, he becomes 3/7. Okay, and he still has the flight and range and 5 health, and he gains his second superpower, which is the upgraded armor. So during the main phase, for one yellow power symbol, put 3+1/+1 counters on a character on the side. Okay, and that already has a +1/+1 counter on it. So he suddenly grows big and can go very big even on the first turn, no, when he levels up. So later on I will try to explain, or maybe in a series of episodes, I will try to explain each of the deck. Okay, so that is for Iron Man. Okay, the next deck is actually centered on Quake of the Shield team. Okay, so Quake, she's a 2/5 with 6 health. Sadly, she's grounded, so no flight and no range. Okay, so her first superpower is Shakedown. Okay, as you can see, when during the main phase, you can pay a blue power symbol and turn a location face down. Okay, so her level up powers are Epicenter. So for a total of 5 level up. Okay, at the end of your, or 5 XP to level up. At the end of your turn, Quake gains an XP for each enemy face down resource. Okay, so that's good, no? So once she levels up, then she becomes 5/7, still no flight and range, with 6 health. And at the same time, okay, she gains the second superpower, Aftershock. So Aftershock, okay, during the main phase, for one green power symbol, move an enemy front row character to its back row. It's immobile until your next turn, so it can't move during its formation step. Okay, so this particular deck is centered on resource denial, and at the same time it's a loyalty deck, so it's all shield, no whammies. Okay, so at the same time, you can see that, okay, that this deck is built for being aggressive, being aggressive at the same time, very board no, not really board control, but more on deck toolbox. Okay, deck toolbox, which I will try to explain later. Okay, and of course, if we have the good guys or the heroes, then we have the bad guys or the super villains. So one of the super villains included in this demo box is Voltron. Okay, Voltron is a super villain main character, and he is 6th. No, we'll start first with the first level. Okay, with level 1, he is a 3/1 with flight and range and a whopping 7 health. Okay, he has Swarm, so you can have up to 4 copies of this, and up to how many copies of them in play, all at the same time. Okay, his first superpower is Iterate. So during the build phase, this is the build phase, no, not the main phase. For one yellow power symbol, put a supporting character named Voltron from your hand or KO pile into your side. Okay, so quickly he can become very many, no, in a span of let's say 1 or 2 turns. Okay, so his level up requirements is all of you against all of me. So to level up, you need at least 6 XP. At the end of your turn, Voltron gains an XP for each character on your side named Voltron, and that is including himself. Okay, so once he levels up, now he becomes 6/2, still with flight and range. Okay, he still retains the 7 health, still has Swarm, Iterate, and now he gains his second superpower, or I mean the third power. Second, okay, if it's a superpower, so it's Reiterate, okay, or Reiterate. So build, during the build phase, you may pay 1 blue power symbol, put up to 2 total supporting characters named Voltron from your hand and or KO pile into your side. So he becomes, okay, so many, just like in a movie, okay, enough to really, swarm your opponent with so many Voltrons, okay, attacking. Okay, and of course our last or our 4th deck for this demo box is of course Death herself. Okay, so Death is an Immortal. She is neutral. Okay, she begins the game as a 1/1 with infinite health, no, although it's really translated as 8 health. Okay, so she's immortal, so meaning she never really gets stunned. If she ever gets stunned, you just have to flip her to the other side or to her other self, and still when she gets stunned, you again flip her, okay, until okay she gets a total of 8 wounds. So okay, let me remind you that this infinite symbol here is just for purposes of art or something like that. So her total health is really 8. No, she never levels up, but she has 8 health. So once she gets stunned, you just put a wound counter on it. Once she gets stunned on this side, you put another wound counter on it until a total of 8, wherein when she gets 8 total wound counters, then she gets KO'd. Okay? But what makes her deadly is of course her first keyword power, which is Death herself. Death gets +1/+1 for each character in each KO pile. So for example, if you have a total of 3 characters in your KO pile and your opponent has also 3 characters in their KO pile, then Death gains a total of 6 +1/+1. This is not a counter, this is like a bonus, no, or like a count. It's not really like a counter, like it's like a stats boost. So that boosts her up to a total of 7 attack and 7 defense. Very hard to take down. Okay. On her infinite side, she also has a second keyword power, which is Mistress of the Infinity Well. So if a player would draw 1 or more cards, okay, they draw that many +1 instead. So on your turn, you draw 2, okay, and another 1, so that's a total of 3. And on your opponent's turn, they draw 2 +1, so for a total of 3 also. So that is also good for, you know, ramping up your hand. But if ever this side is the one face up, okay, then her keyword power is Cosmic Balance. So when a player recruits a supporting character, then put -1/-1 counters equal to its defense divided as they choose, okay, on enemy supporting characters. So let's say if you get to play Cypher on the first turn, and this is face up, okay. Okay, so Cypher has 4 health, okay, 4 defense, sorry, 4 defense. So you get to put 4 -1/-1 counters on any supporting character of your opponents. That's distributed as you wish, okay, or as you want. For example, you can put 4 -1/-1 counters, 2 -2/-2 counters, or maybe 1 -1/-1 counters on, okay, 4 -1/-1 counters on, let's say, 1 opponent supporting character. Okay, so this is health. This is death. Okay, so as for those 2 villains, okay, including the deck, this particular demo box also has a boss battle mode. So we have included this particular boss battle card, which I can get from the new crossover 3 expansion. So actually, this is like an additional card that you place side by side with your main character once they get to become the boss in the boss battle mode. Okay, so maybe let's say you want to play with Voltron and 2 other players are Iron Man and Quake, so they get to fight Voltron, okay, during the game. So that they'll try to defeat Voltron. Whoever gets, you know, first to defeat him, or maybe has the most health, wins the game. Okay, so this particular boss battle card adds in new powers, new superpowers for your Ultron MC. So they have for this particular boss battle card, it gives an additional 5. Okay, so whenever a location appears on your side, your main character gains the following superpowers. So it can be a blue, a yellow, a green, a red, or maybe the Volt or Sokovia if you're playing the Ultron MCU. Okay, this particular set of powers, okay, give unique, okay, effects for the game. Okay, so like for example, if you're going to read the blue one, Age of Ultron, so the first time an Voltron on your side uses a superpower, it okay it pays one less power symbol to activate it. So meaning if you try to play, let's say, build iterate during a build phase, so you get to pay one less yellow power symbol, so it becomes free once you're able to play a blue location on your side during the blizzard step. Okay, so it also goes with death. No, death comes also with a boss battle card, this particular set. Okay, so that's a good thing about this, no, because now you can have 1 versus 1 player mode. You can also have a 2 versus 2 player mode, or you can have a 1 versus 2, or even versus 3, no, versus 3 player mode for boss battle. Okay, so that also has 4 superpower effect once you play that particular location. So whether you play a blue, a yellow, okay, a green or a red, it generates an individual superpower. So for example, if I play a yellow location like Academy, or let's say Auriga, okay, I shall bring you peace. So KO a supporting character on each enemy side. So wow, imagine that, no? Once you are able to play just one yellow location like an Academy, then all your other opponents must KO a supporting character on their side. So enough to really board wipe most of your opponent in a boss battle. So very powerful. Okay, so I hope you like this video, and I hope that we have contributed something to the community. So as you can see here, I'll try to give you a good angle of the demo box. See, so it's a very good display, no? Very good display. I'm really proud of what we have done here, and it costs really not much, no? Since if you already bought the Marvel Battles box set before, you can still use the box at home if you're not storing cards in it. And the foam also are usable because you don't really have to change anything, no? You don't really have to change anything. Maybe you can put some tags here on rules on how they can play or whatever, but again, the demo box already comes with a rule book, so it can also provide us a cover, let's say, to protect the cards inside, or maybe just to attract more attention. But the good thing here is it can really help catch attention for new players, especially those who just pass by your hobby shop and they got sight of this demo box, and maybe they will get some interest in playing BS2 PCG. Okay, so on our next episode, we'll try to explain each of the decks that we have built for this particular demo box. So just like for the Iron Invaders, okay, and we also have the Quake Loyalty deck, and also we have the Voltron, which is actually a traditional hand lock combo deck, and also for Death herself, which is wherein she can grow very big in just a couple of turns. Okay, so enough to defeat your opponent. So okay guys, so that's it. This is our PS2 PCG demo box, and until next time, okay, this is Mark Eom, and of course we'd like to thank our friends from the build phase, Mr. Benjamin Brosin and Mr. Joe Vitelli, and we'd also like to thank all our supporters from Forge Hobby Place, from Mr. Jed Libertario and Mr. Ogi Kura. And we have our weekly event being held at Forge Hobby Place, Las Piñas City. And soon we also have one up north at the PM Apartments building in Quezon City. Okay, so the hobby is growing here in the Philippines, and we hope that you too can also help get hooked with this particular game, because it's really very good. Okay, and very affordable to maintain, to buy new cards and everything, because everything comes in a box. Okay, so until next time, this we'd like to thank all our viewers, and keep on supporting us on Facebook and on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. Okay, so happy shopping.